co-creating FAQs. Co-creating is important to understand if you're interested in Rosetree energy, spirituality for long, and RES for short. It's important because all of the skills that I use to help you are based in co-creating. I think it's important to know the source of somebody's work, don't you? So here come some questions. I'll use sounds like this so that you'll know, hello, that's a question. Rose, why can't you just work on your own? Because it wouldn't be as good. See, I'm human. And in order to facilitate skills and knowledge and transformation in this field of RES, every bit of it has been co-created with help from the divine. More about this to follow in our FAQ. What on earth do you co-create with? Who does all that heavy lifting? I co-create with God, with divine beings in a body. I co-create with God and divine beings by many names. And that is important because there are these three vibrational frequency types on Earth. There's human vibrational frequencies that apply to you and me. There is the divine vibrational frequency, and that applies to you and me, tucked into life. That's also what divine beings, their bodies are made out of that. Super, super fine kind of substance. And then there's the big astral set of vibrational frequencies, such as spirit guides. And astral is also where stuff is located, for those of you who know that the energy healing skills of RES remove stuff that limits emotional and spiritual growth. So in order for me to help you, I'm human, yeah, I have co-creation with a divine level being, like God, in order to make a difference at the astral. So what on earth are divine beings? Divine beings come in some different forms. There is the impersonal aspect, sometimes called God or the Holy Spirit or the intelligence that rules the universe or the love that rules the universe. So there's that. And then there are also two other categories, Ascended Masters and Archangels. So what are Ascended Masters? Ascended Masters include founders of world religions like Jesus and Buddha. Ascended Masters are also people who have been worshipped traditionally in some religions like Athena and Isis and Apollo. They're available in their bodies of light to help us if we ask them to, and we have skills for co-creating with them. What about archangels? Well, yes, that's another kind of divine being. Archangels, you know, there are many levels of angels. And there are spirit guides and other spirits who are astral. But then there are divine level beings corresponding to, say, in a human way, we talk about someone in enlightenment. So enlightenment is required for divine beings to be divine beings and have that kind of body and that kind of consciousness and that kind of helpfulness for RES. And there are higher vibrational angels than archangels, like seraphs. If you've ever heard the great aria, Let the Bright Seraphim. It's by Handel, and it's really gorgeous. And you could probably find a YouTube performance of it that you will love if you like that kind of music. There are hymnals where there are references to higher forms of angels. Archangels are helpful for co-creating with because they are divine beings who are not so very lofty in what they do, that they really don't want to help with things like writing books and RES sessions. So there's quite a lot of choice about this. Well, why not do your co-creation with angels and spirit guides? Many of you watching this FAQ may have been taught, especially during the New Age years from 1980 until December 21st, 2012, the New Age years, you may have been taught to do this and do it as much as possible. And if that's helped you, that's great. It is not involved in any skills of RES. Psychic work is not involved in RES in any way. Channeling and mediumship are not involved in RES in any way because of many technical reasons. So that is actually one big point of difference between RES and most of the work that is done today for energy reading and energy healing and work for empaths and even some of the Enlightenment coaching. So here's a start on understanding it, and you can find many more bits of information if you go to other parts of the website, such as energy reading, energy healing, and Empath Empowerment, got those words out, and Enlightenment Coaching. You can also find out more directly or indirectly about co-creating with the divine under books, particularly books under the category of Enlightenment Coaching, because my books are arranged under those 4 categories as well. Ooh. And then there are workshops, and every type of workshop I teach does involve co-creating with the divine. And then also there are sessions. Now, here comes a very important question about all this. What if you don't believe? What if you don't believe in a god or a goddess, or you hate religion, or you're allergic to some of those names that you were taught when you were a kid? Do you have to believe in order for sessions to help you, in order for my workshops to help you? No. However, it's important for you to be willing to do the steps of co-creation if they're part of a skill set in a workshop. It's important that you allow me to co-create on your behalf when we're in session. And it's important that it doesn't make you just want to vomit to learn that every single book I write, I co-create with a divine being. You know, these days, a lot of people will not tell you what the source of their work is, or they'll tell you very late on in the process. And I don't think that's ethical. So I'm being really upfront with you. And if you've ever wondered, do I have what it takes to co-create with the divine? You do. I can teach you to. And that alone might be a good reason to study with me.